Hi, how are you all going? Welcome with me here, Redsky, on a very important round of righteous readings. We are doing a main month staple that has been part of the channel since early in its inception. It's a spread that I developed myself after finding that there was not enough of these around. In fact, there were none. This was a spread that I developed after coming onto the tarot scene and starting my channel and realizing that there was not really any readings directly specific for people who were suffering addictions or in the midst of recovery or thinking about recovering and things of that nature. It led me to make this spread. Now, it has gone through some changes, and it's gone through many sheddings of skins over time. But it has stayed in its current format now for quite some time, and it has, as I said, this has been a long-running spread on my channel for a very long time. I was avid about making this spread when I had my channel, because this is the kind of people I wanted to help, those that might be outcasts or seen as lepers of society, or those that feel discriminated against due to fault or no fault of their own, through choice or circumstance, or through fate. So this is the Addictions and Recovery spread. It is monthly. It is for the February month of 2022. This specific spread is looking at different things that you are facing at the moment, like what you're into currently, what obstacles you'll be facing, and maybe how to work with that, your emotions, your thoughts, what started this, how to overcome this, moving forward, what that will look like for you, and an outcome of this spread itself, which will clarify all of this. Stay tuned to the very end. Sometimes I pull inspirational notes or oracles to go along with it. If I feel that that's needed today, I will do so. With this particular spread, I lend very much to what is happening at the time. I don't pre-plan this spread too much. I like it to free flow, and I want you to see that as, you know, the decisions coming as the spread is revealed, because that's the way I feel this works the best. You don't know till you're ready to do it, and you don't know you're going to do it until you're there doing it. So before I really get into it much further, this is also for all signs, all placements. It's more about if you're here because you've got something that you see as a problem, an issue, something you want to change. I'm so glad. I'm so proud of you to come in here to see Redsky, because Redsky will help you. And if the advice I give you right here and now isn't really retaining to you personally, and you want some advice, SOS on any of my star sign videos. This offer is always open, always has been, always will be. SOS on any of my star sign videos, and I will come find and connect with you. Whether it's through email, phone, I will find you and help you if I can, even if it's just someone to talk to. I'm human like the rest of you. I've had experience and made mistakes, and I cast no judgment on anyone. So that's not what this is about. It's about understanding and helping, even if it's only just to listen, if that's the best we can do. Maybe that's all you need. So thank you again for joining me. I know this isn't an easy topic, and I know it hits a lot of people hard. An addiction is something that you do to numb or relieve yourself from pain. No true words have been spoken. There's always a trigger, there's always a catalyst that brought you to this point. What was it for you? Look deep within yourself and ask. It might take you a moment to remember that moment, but there within the vault, you will find your answer. Now that you know it, hold that in the forefront of your mind as we go through this spread, and we unpackage some of the baggage and some of the issue that may have led here to you seeking my guidance today. Just remember, if this isn't resonating with you, it is a general, please come back and see me next month. And if you can't wait till then, if you feel that you really need information now, take up my offer of SOS on any star sign video on my channel. Please don't sit in silence alone. February 2022, let's hit it. The A and R spread, addictions and recovery. For all addictions, this is, guys, whether it's sex, drugs, rock and roll, internet, technology, pornography, whether it's eating issues such as bulimia or, overweight, underweight, obese, anorexic. If it's an addiction, if you do it to numb or relieve yourself from pain, this is for you. If you're in your stages of recovery, I applaud you. Whether it's day one, whether it's 1 second, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 1 decade. So proud of you. As I'm sure you are of yourself. Hold your head up high, you so deserve it. Because you worked hard for it. Savor it. Let's hit it. Find out what's coming in for all of my beautiful A and R peoples out there who are in amongst it, trying to get out of it, or very much running far away and looking in the review, just saying, I know you're there. Let's hit it. Okay guys, here we go. Spirits and guides, what do we have coming in for any and all of those suffering addictions and or in the midst of their recovery for the month of February 2022? We are doing we are doing the addictions and recovery spread for those who are suffering currently in an addiction or those in recovery from that addiction and working very hard towards a better way of living. What can you tell me about those suffering from any and all addictions in February 2022? Information can you give me to relate to this people looking for guidance in these tough times, these challenges that they face? Addiction and recovery spread, February 2022. Here we go, guys. Alright. Spirits, guides, ancestors, and source. What can you please tell me about anyone suffering from any and all addictions or in the midst of recovery? There we go, that's what I want to know. I'll explain all placements where all cards are drawn, so just stay with me till the very end and don't worry, I will explain everything all in good time. Okay, just give me a moment to look over the cards and I'll explain the placements and then their card meanings and what that all means for you. If I feel that we need extra clarification on any of these placements, more messages, like more information, I will ask for such. I try to keep this very short, very sweet, to the point, and I only normally ask for the placements that I ask for, just to keep it to the point for you guys, to make it easier to retain this information. I try to work sort of like dot points. Just keeps it easy for you. Too many words can bring minds are muddled, and I don't want you to leave here confused. I want you to know what's going on. Clear as crystal, okay? Clear as crystal. That's my promise to you, to be honest and to give you complete transparency. And your job is to do what you want with it. Alright. Some of these placements and some of the card meanings in their current positions may be a little bit hard to hear. I'm going to be quite point blank, very just straight to the point with it. I'm not going to mince my words. Please don't take it offensively. If you're someone that's quite sensitive or a little bit emotional at the moment, this may be a little bit hard for you. I want you just to wait till the very end to hear what I have to say, because if you just take that snippet of information, it may seem quite against you. But if you wait until I've explained it all, I'm sure you'll see things from what the perspective of what I'm trying to relay to you. Remember, Mercury is retrograde at the moment, which means communication and technology is failing. It's a rife time for misunderstandings and mistakes in things around technology and around communication. Now, people that know me know I am a Gemini Sun and Venus. My ruler is Mercury, and I do very much struggle during this time to communicate what I mean and for you to understand it in that truth of the intention of the way I meant it to sound. Trying very hard. That's why I left this spread so late, but I can't leave it any longer to do it for you guys. I would actually rather not do this during retrograde. In fact, I'm even attempting it. I hope showing that I'm trying my best here for you guys, but this is not something that I would advise at all ever. 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 Because it just makes it too easy to be misunderstood. Let's begin. So February 2022, addictions and recoveries, those in the midst of either and either and all, covering all addictions. The first placement is you currently coming into this reading, coming here now, the energy that you're sporting, I guess you could say. My lawn in the background there. You're currently feeling the High Priestess reversed. You're currently in an energy of where you're being very ignorant, being very short-sighted, being very selfish, I want to say as well. You're living life with passion first and foremost. Passion is the one drive thing that takes all others. You're really at a point at the moment of accepting a lot of superficial knowledge and improper judgments you're making because of this. It's leading to a real lot of mistakes on your part, and you're starting to really wear, and those mistakes are starting to wash over you now. It's starting to stack up, I want to say. Your second placement is your obstacles. So the things that you will face that might be a bit of an issue, an obstacle, something you might have to work on. So your obstacle card for February is that of the Four of Wands. Lovely card, it is actually. It's all about romance, it's all about society, it's all about harmony, and it's all about newly acquired prosperity. It's about all the tranquility that comes from that and the fruits of hard labours served. It's also a bit of rest after strife, all that, work put in. It's now taking the breather and enjoying some of the fruits of that. Now, everybody, this being in your obstacles and or issue card is telling me that your biggest obstacle is looking at things with loving eyes. You've lost the love of it, I want to say. Everything's black and grey to you. There is no colour in the world, it seems. I feel like you've lost your faith, your time, your anything for these things, such as romance, society, the public, friendships, family, children, yourself even. It's time to get back in touch with these things and find truth in connection, truth in harmony, truth in prosperity in these things again. So I feel like these have gone very much stagnant and stale in your neck of the woods. The third card we look at is your emotions. So what you are thinking. Your emotions. What am I saying? What you are feeling. I just sort of travelled off into an alternate universe at the moment. Sorry about that. Your emotions, what you're feeling, what you're invested in here, what you feel towards that, how it's affecting you, your emotions. We have a very powerful card coming through here, the Ace of Swords and the emotions. And this is all about mental power, anguish, and or communication as well. And action. It's all about the action. Now this says a lot to me, everyone, okay? Because in your emotions, the Ace of Swords, that's talking about having so much great determination here. To have the initiative, to have the strength, to have the force, the activity, to have the excessiveness needed here to triumph here. This is power, this is success, this is love, this is prosperity and deep emotional feeling, and I'm seeing it's very deeply embedded for you. It's a conquest and championship of sorts. Your emotions are that of conquering, wanting to conquer this, wanting to use this determinational spin, to use it as a pushboard, I guess you could say, to plow yourself forward. I like it. Your next position is your thoughts, what you're thinking towards everything you're going through, your situation, this in general, with the Page of Pentacles reverse. So in your thought process, it really does speak to me about the fact that you're being a bit unrealistic at the moment. You are maybe in a place of illogical thinking, being a bit rebellious, being extremely wasteful. Maybe also hearing some unfavorable news that you're just not able to comprehend mentally at the moment. Your thought process is that of scattergy. Everything's a little bit scattered. Things that you're trying to piece together, obtain, make decisions on is very illogical. It's very, very erratic. It's very, very unrealistic. It's not plausible or possible in some ways. It's good to have big thinking, but this big thinking is actually out of the box thinking, I feel. We need to get back in touch with things, I think, to understand them a bit better. Because your thinking's a bit illogical at the moment. But that's okay, we understand that. If you're in your recovery stage more so, this is reminding you to be very, very careful not to go back to your old ways of thinking. It's a bit of a warning that you're losing some security here, I feel. Losing some groundedness, some sure-footedness, things of that nature. Let's go to the next placement now and suss out what's going on there. So the next placement is what started this, okay? What started this? What brought you to the door of addiction to begin with? Star in reverse, sign of Aquarius coming through here now. Unfulfillment, unfulfilled hopes. It was unfulfilled life. I feel that you were very disappointed. You had a lot of pessimism at the time. You'd gone through a lot of bad luck, a lack of opportunity, and you were very stubborn and bullheaded at the time, feeling the imbalance. And you're going through maybe conclusions of unsatisfied business experiences, social friendships, family. You are losing a lot, but not as much as what you lost yourself, I feel. And you realise that now too. The next placement speaks about how you can overcome this, or how you can keep moving forward, I guess, in some ways. The main point of this is how to initially overcome it, and that was the Five of Swords reverse. To overcome this addiction to what started this, you must do this, or have this, or attain to this, or understand this. The Five of Swords reverse is understanding the fact that you need to accept defeat here. You need to accept defeat here. Fully accept it. And make peace with that to move forward. The only way you can is if you accept the fact this is defeat. That you lost yourself, you lost a lot, and they did beat you. That you were defeated, you were dejected off the speech, you were left no swords, and you were marched your ass straight off there with tail between legs. I know that's hard to hear, and this is what I was saying to at the beginning of the reading, but you must hear this and you must accept this. Because to not do so will lead you to not be able to start this fear of recovery, or to move forward beyond this point that you have now found yourself. To be able to move forward, to have what you seek, you must first, especially in your mental space, you must accept the fact that you did not win this. It won you. But now you will know enough to walk away from this. That is your choice. That is your free will gift. And you will succeed where you accept that you had lost. Do you understand? I really hope you understand this, because this is very crucial. This is what I was talking about. The next placement speaks of empowerment to advice for moving forward. So from this point, moving forward, what will you face? What advice can give you some solace or some help here? What is it that you need to know? And this is a very important card. It is a major arcana, it's a sign of Pisces, but without all that, it is the moon. It is the most obscure, in some ways dangerous, in all ways ulterior motive, and very much disillusionment. You know, all that's out there in this world, the things we can't explain, the things we don't understand, the things that we are too scared to put names or faces to. This card pertains to this. It's the 12th house. It is Pisces energy. It's all about the subconscious, all of that goes on behind the scenes, the part of us we don't really understand. And for this placement moving forward, you got this, the moon. Let me explain. The moon refers to deception. It refers to twilight as well. And I don't mean the movie, but obscurity, intuition, and disillusionment. Can refer to danger or bad influences here, which of course you must stay away from. Moving forward, you must stay away from anyone, people, places, and things, my darlings, that attain to the old world. Anything from the old world. People, places, and things are the three things that will F up every effing time. Every effing time. Every month, my words, I swear it. People, places, and things are your worst, biggest enemy, issue, obstacle, call it at this point. They can be your biggest asset, but they will be your highest downfall. Remember this. Now, the moving forward speaks about, sorry, that's my baby buddy, Rainbow Lord. Maybe next time I'll bring him on so you can see him. I've been looking after him since New Year. He's still baby. Speaks about ulterior motives, false friends, and selfishness. Speaks about deceit, about craftiness, about disgrace, slander, libel, superficiality, and unknown enemies. Moving forward, these are all the things you must be extremely careful of. You need to be intuitively guided here. You must feel it out and smell it out long before you get there, because you are at risk. You're at high risk of being in a position of being used, hurt, manipulated, going back to the old ways. Many things you are at weakness to. The next card speaks to an outcome, a possible outcome for the spread. So far we have the Nine of Swords reversed. So the outcome so far for this is that of having a lot of suspicion, and you're going to need to be very suspicious. Beware of slanderous gossip about you or in general. Don't let shame rule you, and don't be shameful. There's someone around maybe of shady character. You have reasonable fear, and so you should, and this reminds you to be that and not let that, don't swindle that off. If you have gut instincts, follow them. They're there for a reason. Now, this Nine of Swords reverse is clarified by the next two placements, the 9th and the 10th card, which is the Sun in reverse and the Nine of Wands. The Sun in reverse is exactly that. Unhappiness, feeling very lonely here. Possibly broken engagements as well. I've had to cancel a lot of plans to go through with keeping moving forward or keeping getting out away from. There is a speech about there is delay, but nothing is necessarily lost. There's a lot of cloudedness here. At the moment, you must stay in Nine of Wands. Wand at the ready, constantly waiting for the next onslaught, because there will be many and they will come out sporadically. And you need to be there, like the wounded warrior, wand at the ready, whether you want to or not. It's your only chance of success here. It's your only chance of moving forward. It's your only chance of breaking free from the things that shackle, bind, or make you maleficent. The Nine of Wands is your key. To not give up, to always stand there with the wand at the ready throughout February. Whether you're still in addiction or low on your road to recovery, this is what I feel. It speaks in direct atonement to that fact. The underlying energy of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. Happiness, safety, security, and home life. Looking accomplished and looking good. All from getting it off your own back, off your own monetary and material especially. But you can only have that once you go through a tower. Complete and sudden change, breakup of old systems, level it down to the ground, baby, so it can be rebuilt. And I'm seeing that you are doing that. This is beautiful in some ways. Let's get a special message from the dream cards for you. Okay, we just had moderate. Moderate. I always know when I push beyond my limits and bring myself back to balance. You need to moderate your energy. Keep yourself in balance. Keep yourself in check. You know, be acknowledging these things. Let's get another one. Okay, here we go. Confident. Confident. I am totally self-assured and recognize that I have the courage necessary to act. And that you do. Remember that. You do have what it takes. Final card now for those suffering an addiction or in recovery for February 2022. That's one more Pearls of Wisdom. Yes, that's the one. Accepted. Accepted. I recognize myself for who I am. I respect what I see and do not depend on what I think others are seeing. I think that's Pearls of Wisdom that we can all take to the bank. Moderate, confident, and accepted. I think that really does sum up February to a T. Remember, I'm thinking of you all. Know that I'm wishing you all the very best, even in the darkest of times, even in the greatest of happy moments. Know that I truly do believe each and every single one of you are worthy of this opportunity and that you are more than capable of succeeding in it. You may ask yourself, why does she think she knows so much? Why does she think she's any different from anyone else? I don't. But I sit here 20 years sober. 20. This is my 21st year. I will be sober. Over 2 decades of my life. Because I enslaved one to a monster of a machine that took everything from me. Everything. And I don't let the day go by that I don't remember the bad of that time. And some of the good, because there were some good times amongst it, not many. There were few and fleeting. But I do sometimes remember some of the fond ones. But I always remember the downfall and how that felt and where that left me, where it put me physically, emotionally, mentally, socially, and more importantly, when I had children, how that changed everything for me. And now I sit here on this side. Tarot 20 readings to try and give advice to you guys. Take care and know that I'm thinking of you. And I hope to see you on the next round, especially when we do this reading. Till then, look after yourselves and know that you are thought of. You are worthy and that you will always have been and always will be more than enough, just as you are now. Best of luck, I know you can do it. It's just more of a well wish. You've already got it in the bag. Believe it. Believe in yourself. You're 3/4 of the way there, my darling. Now you just gotta walk in the door.